The first type of men women never forget on my list today are men who made an impact. Now, my kings, if you are a man who made an impact in a woman's life, there are high chances she's never going to forget you. And it doesn't even matter if this impact is negative or positive, as long as there was an impact. So she will either remember you for good or for bad. But if there was a shift in her life, if there was a major impact, there was a major shift in her life when she was with you, she would never forget you. It could be that maybe you were the first one to, encourage her to be what she wants to be, or you were the first one to start up something for her, or you were the first one to, in fact, you just made a significant change in her life at a point in time. She is never going to forget you. And like I said, even if it is in the negative aspect where you did something really wrong to her, like you hurt her in ways nobody else has ever hurt her, she's also never going to forget you. Yes, she might move on, she would heal, but when there are conversations that has to do with either one of this, maybe you made a positive impact in her, she's going to remember you, even if she doesn't talk about it. Some women would even talk about it. And if there are also, conversations about the negative impact you made, she's also going to remember you. So men who make impact in women's life are men women never ever forget. Another type of men women never forget are men who gave them the best or new experiences. Now, my kings, if you are that one man who gave a woman experiences she's never had before, or even if she's had them before, you gave her those experiences in the best way possible or in the best way so far, she's never going to forget you. It doesn't matter if she's moved on, if she's married, there are times things will happen and she will remember you. I did mention in the video that women hardly forget things, and that is just how it is. So if you give a woman like her first kiss, her first this, her first that, she's always going to remember you. Or you're the one who made her travel for the first time, maybe to a particular state, to a particular country. You showed her new things, or you introduced her to new knowledges, or even taught her new things. Because you were the first, or maybe you gave her the best of those experiences, she will never ever forget you. Another type of men women never forget are their first loves. Now, this one is very obvious because most times these first loves are the ones who give them the very first experiences of, romantic love. Let's put it that way. These first loves are the ones who open them up to this whole new feeling of love that they didn't even know existed. There are so many firsts with their first loves. Like mostly there is the first kiss, sometimes the first make out, sometimes the first even going down. You see, because they had a lot of firsts with their first loves, it is very difficult for women to forget their first loves. And this doesn't mean that they still have feelings for them or anything like that. No, but they are one thing or the other is always going to remind them of what it felt like when they first fell in love, or what it felt like when they first had their kisses. Like, even if it was not like the best experiences, but because they were the first experiences, they're always going to remember them. Another type of men women never forget are toxic men. Now, this one definitely is not for a good reason, but a woman is never going to forget the man who hurt her the most. She's never going to forget that man who gave her the worst relationship of her life. Like, who gave her the worst experience of her life. Never. In fact, she's going to reference it when she's advising younger women. She's going to talk about it when she's talking to friends, because she wants to do everything within her power to make sure nobody goes through what she ever had to go through. You see, because of that, there is no way a woman is going to forget a man who was toxic in her life. Absolutely no way. Like, No way. She's always going to remember. In fact, she's going to make sure she remember it well enough so she doesn't go and fall into that trap again. So she doesn't go and make the same mistakes again. So that when she sees anything that resembles that man, she flees. And when she sees any traits, any qualities that is beginning to look like the way that man used to behave, she flees. So you see this particular set of men, deep rooted in women, they never forget toxic men or the men who gave them the worst relationship experiences. Now, the last type of men women never forget on my list today are men who gave them amazing sex. Now, my kings, this is a no-brainer. A woman would hardly ever forget a man who gave her the best experience in the other room. And it doesn't even have to be someone she actually dated or had a relationship with. But if you give her those multiple getting there, if you made her feel things she's never felt with anybody before, if you made her explode with fountains a lot of different times and different ways, she's never going to forget you. Yes, of course, she's not going to mention this to anybody or might not mention this to anybody, but she would never forget you. So if you happen to be the one who has given your woman this amazing experience and she is your woman, trust me, you are chilling in that relationship because you're always going to be driving her crazy. She's always going to, even if it's not a constant thing, but you gave it to her one time in this life, she's always going to remember that. And because of that, she's always actually going to feel very pleased whenever you want to do your thing in the other room because like she knows what she's experienced with you and she wants that again. So that's just it. Women never forget men who gave them amazing time in the other room. So that's it for this video, my kings. These are 5 types of men women never forget. Please do let me know if you found this video interesting and informative as well. Do want to subscribe if you haven't done that already. Turn on the notification bell, like this video, drop a comment down below, share this video with your family and friends, and see you in the next one. Bye.